say. People come from far, far, far away to find their dreams, chasing down these meteors and comets called dreams in the sky of life.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy SJK, the first Black Super Saiyan, back with another stream. Morning with the Dot, episode 16. Back with another episode. We're doing one topic today because I'm trying to be done. Got some Teen Wolf to go watch. I finished season 1. It's a banger. It's a banger so far. Teen Wolf is pretty good.
Nice.
So, I want to introduce my guest, Chillmonger from Chillmonger.
That's
Hot
right.
Takes Tuesday from Hot Takes Tuesday. The Nerd Man. Shouts out Nerd Man. Welcome, Nerd Man.
Hello. I know one night MCU fans don't come out. Oscars night, baby. Oscars night. All right, cool. But we're doing one topic though.
Yeah. And, after we get this out the way, we can talk about the other stuff. I don't want to go for more than 2 hours or try to get less than 2 hours. So, a situation went down. I think we should watch the video first before we continue. We should watch the video, get context about the situation. Now, we're all going to give our own opinion. Everyone may not like my opinion about it. Some people might prefer others' opinions. I think I'm in a minority of people in this situation, how I feel about it. But I'm going to play this video and I will give context to how I feel. Chillmonger and Nerdman will give their opinions. Let's go. Oop, gotta play that sound.
The Guardian's got some good advertising on this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Because the Guardian's a British newspaper.
Oh, I was thinking of the Galaxy. Okay.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
Oh, is that
He is praying.
Hey, who's that girl?
Another.
You now reacted to this?
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane job.
I gotta pause her. I gotta look at Lupita's face. Like, oh shit. Oh,
It's about to go down.
Her face. She doesn't know what to do.
Nah, Jada's face said it all. Like, ah, shit, he fucked up. That shit wasn't funny.
All right, let me continue.
G.I. Jane job. I'm going
Oh
to,
shit.
Okay?
Ooh, Lupita stopped smiling. That shit was real.
That was the greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Real quick, let me get some of these comments, then we'll go into it.
Yo.
Maybe this stream.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Hopefully, this stream is hot.
I'll tell you what. If I was Chris Rock, I'd be suing this guy for 30 million. Will Smith would be sending my grandkids to university, bruh.
Oh shit, Nerdman,
Hey.
that is despicable.
My man Will ain't do nothing wrong. He ain't do nothing wrong. I would have done the same shit.
Now,
I've got a controversial opinion as well, but K-Dots is...
Let me get these comments and we'll go ahead and say our piece. I'll let you guys say your piece and I'll kind of throw my 2 cents in there. Shouts
Also,
out
good
Hot
morning
Takes
to everybody. By the way,
Young. He said Will hits like a bitch. I don't know. I think that was a good
Perp.
slap. I think it was a good slap. I mean, it knocked him off his footing. Like he was like, ooh. I didn't want to slap
Bro,
like
the fact that he slapped him on live television is disrespectful as hell, bro. Like, so you can miss me with that slap shit, man. Like, he could have punched the fuck out of him, but that would have been probably a little bit extra. But I feel like a smack. I feel like a smack was justified. That was a grown man slap.
Perp said Will ain't do nothing wrong. You should hashtag that. Stag it like a mofo and y'all eating it up. SMH. What's up, Night? The eyeballs. Will Smith's wife is like 7-Eleven. Men go.
Oh boy.
Why did Will Smith slap him with an open palm? Because paper beats rock. But in all honesty, this shit was sad.
Nice.
That is funny.
Oh shit.
That is funny.
Snyder Sephiroth said Chris Rock should have said that was quite an entanglement. I'm gonna feel that slap until August. Damn. These people are not letting up. These comments are wild. Second Street Marvel said Lupita's a real hero. She was a champ. Notice will laugh first. We'll get to that in a second. I'll get that in a second.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, K-Dots. So Jordan, Chris forgot what time he living in St. 2000s. People saw today. LOL. All right. Whoever wants to take it, go ahead. I'm gonna just like bounce off y'all.
So who in here is on Chris Rock's side of things? Like,
this is my thing. I still like both of these people. I don't dislike either one. I haven't lost respect for either one. In my opinion, both of them have a fault in the situation, right? I don't think what Will did was okay, but I understand why he chose to do what he did in this situation. Not saying that he should go up there and did that.
I don't see why he chose to do it. It's ridiculous.
I understand why he did it. I understand it. Not saying he should do it, but I don't blame his reaction of why he did it. But, you know, he did it. He made his decision. A lot of people say Jada told him to do it. Will did that himself. He made the decision to. Jada didn't manipulate him into doing it, guys. Will's a grown individual. He chose to slap Chris.
I've got complicated feelings, Kurt. Like, I'll tell you this. I don't like to see. There's multiple things. I don't like to see.
Whose audio
like,
is that?
first of all,
I think it's yours.
It's Widow's audio, dude.
What's wrong with my audio?
It's like a sound. Mute yourself real quick.
If you mute.
Yeah, unmute yourself. It's like a weird audio.
It's like white noise.
Using my mic. Maybe because I'm not using my mic. I don't know.
Yeah, try using your mic.
Try using your mic.
Or put your headphones in as well, maybe as well.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, look. First of all, clearly Ricky Gervais is the one who deserved that slap. Like, if anyone deserves, but I say that as a joke. But I also say that
Ricky said a lot more offensive shit.
He says a lot more offensive shit. But I say that as a joke. But I also say that as a kind of thing of like Will Smith, like doing that to another black guy is kind of like weird to me. I'm like, would you do like what other people would you do that to? Would you do that to a bigger guy? Would you do that to a white guy? Would you do that? Or is it because you're kind of like, oh, he's a brother, so he's gonna understand like street rules or some shit like that? And
I agree with you with that, because like it was just weird, and it's just like that's the biggest thing, because the Oscars has been irrelevant for how many years, and like this the first thing that like pops off, and you know what I'm saying, that's where you can go into the whole debate, is it's real or fake, or is it staged and stuff like that.
Yeah,
just to get clicks and stuff staged.
I thought
that was definitely real. That wasn't staged.
Well,
if we do find out it's staged, that's some good acting. If all that was staged, good acting.
Why do you think he says twice, keep my wife's name out of your mouth? The second time. The first one is, you know, whenever we're at an award show and they like pan celebrity, and you see them like watching, and then the camera's on them, and they're like a little bit smiling more, because on the big screen, they know they're on camera. So the first time it went around, Will Smith said it, and it was kind of off screen. The second time he repeats it because he knows, now I'm on screen, let me do the skit over again. I'll say the same thing, just with more like passion. Like he was faking it for the camera. They did it early on the show to influence ratings. Whoa, what's happening? Will Smith just punched him at the Oscars. I got to tune in now. This is not something that happened at the end of the show or something like that. This is something that was made for ratings.
And look, I'll say this. I'll say this on it real quick. Look, every person's not the same. I can joke about anything. Let me make this clear. I can joke about anything. Anything. Let me make that clear. Anything. Everyone know I joke about anything. Don't matter what it is. But I choose the time and place to do that shit. Certain jokes I'll make with my friends in private that I won't make with some people on this panel. Some jokes I'll make with Ashley that I won't make with somebody else. Some jokes I make with Chill, because you know it's like time and place for certain things. You gotta feel the environment and shit. Now, I'm not saying Chris cannot make jokes. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying Chris cannot make jokes. But Jada clearly was not a fan of the joke, right? She was not a fan of the joke. That's all I'll say. She wasn't a fan of the joke. You know,
but you know
I
why
can't tell her how
it
to
was
feel
offensive.
about. I can't tell her how to feel about the joke, because what I'm noticing on the web, people is like kind of like expecting her to feel a certain way, like it's just a joke, like accept it. Now look, I'm not saying he can't joke, but everybody's not going to accept every single joke.
But
That's
do
what
you
I'm
know
gonna say.
why the joke is so offensive to her?
Yeah,
Because
there's a couple of reasons why.
I didn't realize what Will
What to
was
do with
mad
her
at first.
her hair?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
it's not
issue.
voluntary.
right.
That's actually
It's not
something that she's going through. Plus, remember
like,
in 2016, they were making fun of Jada because she was boycotting the Oscars. And in Chris Rock's opening, he goes, "That's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. Like I was never invited," and everyone kind of laughed at it. But that was basically a joke on Jada. So it's kind of a repeat. He didn't need to go there. On
Yeah,
Jada.
I'll say
and
this.
it was kind of it was pretty much he had that shit coming because that was the first time he said some slick shit towards Jada and stuff, and like I didn't know that she had some like condition with her hair, so that kind of changes things because you were not going to sit there and make fun of somebody that has cancer. Just as an example, you're not going to. No, I'm not. I'm just
like
using it as an example.
It depends on the setting too. Yeah. Like I think Chris would make fun of somebody who had cancer if it was a person who was okay with having their cancer joked about. This is also the thing too, right? People got to factor in. Just because someone has an illness or whatever does not mean they may accept it.
Why is it snowing again?
And live comfortable with it, but it doesn't mean that person is going to be okay with other people joking about it. I'll give a quick example. My dad has cancer. Now he accepts he has cancer. This is 4th time getting it. It's going to be his last time having it, but he accepts it. I know for a fact if someone went up to my dad and said you made a joke about him with his cancer, you gonna slap a nigga. I'm gonna keep it real. He gonna slap a motherfucker. He ain't gonna play that shit. And I know he wouldn't be cool with it. So I'm not finna joke about it. I mean, it's my dad and stuff. I'm not supposed to joke about it, but I'm not finna joke about it. Like if I see somebody near me and they don't like a joke and they're a friend or a loved one, I'm not gonna keep laughing with the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause then if I keep laughing, then I gotta talk to that person later. They're gonna be like, "Yo, why'd you keep laughing and shit?" You know, I don't really cool with that. Then it's like,
but it's like
it's a complicated situation.
Even that aside, like just the fact that like that's your wife, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna, most men when like people talk to a wife any type of way like that, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're joking.
Right, and look,
a lot of men who are professional in that kind of space would, but I actually kind of respect Will for being not like being a tough guy, being a man or whatever. But if someone disrespects your wife when you're like, she's ill, she's literally, or not ill, but like she's got a condition, and like a woman's hair, a woman's looks is something that is, since their birth, it's it's been something that's ingrained in them, is something very important to them, right? I don't think it's important like in the way like society
a lot
does,
of us
but it is something.
Don't care about hair like that, but women love their hair.
Yeah, exactly. And for her to have like lost that, and it's not like a voluntary thing, and then he makes a joke, like a little jab at that, I can completely understand someone who truly loves a person just getting emotional at that point, especially after starring in some King Richard flick and he's still in that vibe, like whatever.
Bro,
like,
there has
I'm
to be
not gonna take that shit. I can see him getting emotional and doing that. Now, do I think it was the right thing to do? Absolutely not. I don't think it's ever right to just go up and hit someone. And especially as a black person and how they can use that against you, I don't think that's a good look. But can I understand it given that context? I can absolutely understand it now.
I understand it too. Either way, what Will did was assault, but I understand why he did it. Not saying he did assault. That's what it is. By law is assault. But I understand why he did what he did, and I understand why Chris reacted the way Chris reacted. Chris could have easily balled up his fist. He could have drew back and went, "Do it again, motherfucker!"
There has to be something said where a man can slap.
What happened?
No, a man can slap the fuck out of somebody and still win an Oscar. That's some goat shit to me. I don't know. That's pretty goated.
Ashley, what's your opinion on this as a MCU fan?
As an MCU fan? Okay.
MCU fan, think about
MCU perspective.
Well, I think it's horrible. I mean, do I think that Chris Rock is a comedian? You know,
yeah.
This is also Will Smith has been in this business for years. You know, and years and years. You know, yeah, I understand everybody can have a bad day. It's a bad moment. You get emotional, but also you're used to people making jokes and making comments. You're in the business of being a celebrity and being an actor. Everyone's gonna have something to say. Yeah, maybe you had a bad moment and you couldn't handle it, but also on top of all that, I think that you notice that, and this is Chris Rock made a bad joke. It was distasteful. He should have made the joke, but he did. But never does that warrant physical violence. I didn't think the joke was bad. And then also, my thing is, this is also a testament to Chris Rock because he tried to play it off at first, right? He tried to play it off, saying, you know, I just got slapped by Will Smith, and he tried to keep it going. Will then continued to make comments, which it was still an escalated situation, and then at that moment, you can notice that's what, like, Chris Rock gets frazzled. Because he don't know, are you going to get up and hit me again? You know, I'm over here trying to present a award. This is what he does. He bags on people. He talks shit, you know? But that
Ashley, can I ask you something?
mean that you need to put your hands on somebody. And then also the second part of it that I really don't like is then how when he wins his Oscar, he gets up there and he makes excuses for the reasons why he did what he did. And then, but I'm sorry to the Academy, they might not let me back. It kind of sounds like I'm going to apologize because I messed up to the Academy. He never really apologized for putting his hands on another human being. That to me is the biggest issue here. And then like explaining it away, you know, about how people treat us. Well, you know what? Like, that doesn't give you an excuse to huff and slap somebody.
Ashley, do you think that it could have just been a build up? You know what I'm saying? Because he's been ignoring a lot of stuff like for a lot of years.
Yeah, I think it is a build up. I think it's a build up from the stuff from 2016. Probably a little bit of that left a sour taste in his mouth. Everybody talking about how he's in an entanglement and everything of, you know, in his life that's been recently in the public eye, and then like people memeing him, you know, with him crying face, and then all of that, and then you add Chris Rock back into the picture again, and he makes another comment on a night that's like a big night for you, so your energy is already at like high levels and you're high stress because you're the favorite to win this award, but maybe I'm not gonna win, you know, because that's happened, and so like your emotions are already running high. So then the joke happens, and then maybe you can't. There's that moment. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has a bad moment. You know, I'm not.
But
I don't think. But I think that he's wrong for what he did.
I just want to say I'm glad to see. Thank you, K-Dot, for getting the MCU perspective, because now you can see the MCU perspective. I'm kidding. Actually,
I feel bad for Chris Rock. I really feel bad for Chris Rock in that situation.
He had it coming.
All of it.
If someone did that to you, because I know how much you love your son, Widow. I've heard like how much you've told me and whatever, and I know you're passionate about that. Would you let that slide with a family member of yours, like who you're as close to as you're like?
I would like if it's my kid. I would hope so. I could keep it in check. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'd hope I would be able to keep my emotions in check. I believe that I could, because there's been situations that people have done things, you know, to my child, and I've been able to have a conversation. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have had a conversation with him, you know, but to go off and to hit the man, it doesn't really, and it just doesn't look good, especially from you know how many people, Southern black people probably gasp in that moment. You know what I'm saying? When I think about
I'll push back. I'll push
real quick. Let me ask it. Because this is my thing. This is my thing, right? And look, I didn't like when Ricky whatever that Gervais guy, whatever his name is, got
Ricky
up there
Gervais.
and did that whole rant and stuff about blah 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 your politics, blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, get that shit out of here. Don't stop. This ain't your time for you to take the stage and have your moment. It's the fucking Oscars. We presenting awards. Shut up and keep it pushing. But I'm like this, like, there's always this thing. I seen a lot of people saying free speech, free speech. Look, I have for free speech, but that doesn't mean there isn't no consequences to your free speech.
But there's such thing as free lay hands. Like you don't have the freedom to lay hands on anybody.
And I'm not saying that's okay either. But at the end of the day, with me, like, I know there's always gonna be a reaction to an action that's always given out, and I don't know what it's gonna be. This is the thing. I can go out in the middle of the street, you know, with my 5 homies and shit. You know, me and my 5 homies, we walk up on this dude, right? He got a nice girl, got a big old booty. I slap her booty. You know, he's gonna react. I don't know how he's gonna react.
He probably gonna
That's not freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech. That's assault.
Well, I'm talking about
sexual assault.
If you said, "Oh, she's got a nice ass," that would have been, yeah, like, "Oh, your girl's got a nice," or you
but
said,
if I walk up to that girl,
if
I walk up to that girl and did that in front of that dude,
or not, you just walk in front of the dude, you walk in front of the chick.
You're finna get.
You don't have to touch her. You just be like, "Yo, what's up, girl?" It's just, you know what I'm saying,
bro.
Look, like I always say, there's always a place and time for every single joke. That's why I say, you know, people saying it's comedy. That's fine. It's comedy. I understand it's comedy, but you can only go so far with that comedy stuff in certain places. Like the Oscars is supposed to be some prestigious event, as people call it. That's what everyone's calling Twitter. This prestigious event.
Jesus, prestigious my ass. All them people is fucking into some weird shit.
And look, if like I say this, if this was a comedy show, this was a straight up like a stand-up comedy, like a comedy show, and Will and Jada was there, and Chris made a joke, Jada's just gonna have to take what's gonna be dished out. Because if you know
and why can't she handle her own issue? Like, why does he have to do it? Like, that's another thing.
No. And look,
I've been married, and like, if I have an issue with someone, I never beckon my husband to go take care of that issue because I'm an adult.
That's just him being a man, though. That's just him being a man.
That's silly.
Though.
Like, it's very silly. Like, you know, it's like you got to go up and be aggressive and hit somebody because they said something.
It doesn't look like you hit him hard, though, to be fair. Actually, it doesn't look like it.
If I've got a problem, I'll handle it myself. Unless they're physically putting their hands on me, then you don't need to step in, is what I'm saying. There's no need for him to step in.
True. To be fair, it's not like he went up and like
the way he was
kept on beating him. He gave him a little tap slap. Like, don't disrespect. It was a little tap slap.
He could have had a glove on too. He could have slapped with a
glove. And like caveman, like, sorry, it's very like caveman like.
Oh sure, but like again, if someone's insulting someone you love more than anything on the planet, and they do, like, I know you're a comedian, right? And there's a lot of pressure to come up with these jokes and whatever. But when you cross that line where you know this woman has like something that is, you know, and people are saying Will Smith laughed. I think Will Smith laughed because he, like me, he didn't get the joke at first. Like he was just like G.I. Jane. Oh, he's gonna be G.I. Jane. And then it clicked to him. Oh, he means because of the hair thing, and was like, no, that's
no, man. I think it was this. No, man. I think it was this. I think he laughed because he probably thought, you know, hey, funny joke. But when he saw Jada, it's like, okay, she's clearly not effing with it.
So he got to overcompensate for laughing. Like,
or you could look at it.
So now he's got to go extra.
Why would you put it together that G.I. Jane is like bald? Like, you don't necessarily think that because no one even watches that movie. Like
I knew that she was bald, but I didn't realize it was an alopecia joke. That's what I didn't know. Like, I didn't have that information. I just thought she had this amazing haircut because she was always bald, but like she can pull it off, you know, because she has amazing.
But think about how many nights she's cried to him over that, or like she's been upset. Oh, like, look, like I can't, you know, She's clearly got like really upset about that, and Chris Rock would know that. Like
How
like,
would he know that she's
to
crying in the bed? Like, how would he know that?
Come on, if a woman loses her hair like that, you can imagine, like, maybe it's going to be a 50-50 chance.
That's
maybe
gonna be a little traumatic for some women. I'm just saying, women love their hair. They love their hair. I'm not saying all women love their hair deeply.
I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying
like we know black women specifically love their hair, and for a black woman to lose like their natural hairs and stuff, like that's like, I'm not saying hair is all super important, or any woman in general, but like with black women specifically, black women love their hairs. If they lose that shit, I mean, it's like you're losing a piece of yourself. I mean, for us men, it's different. If I went bald, I probably wouldn't trip. I mean, I'd be like, damn, I'm an ugly bald nigga but I wouldn't trip.
But case in point though, like if any dude was in that scenario, and I hate the excuse that like, oh, he's a comedian. I really, it's a fair point, but at the same time, it doesn't excuse the person. You know what I'm saying? Like that just says like, oh, that he can say whatever, and it's just a joke. And you know what I'm saying? No, it's just not everybody's funny. Not everybody's funny, bro.
It reminds me of when Conor McGregor faced Khabib Nurmagomedov, and after the fight was over, remember how there was a brawl outside the cage? It's like the whole way building up to this, Conor was talking a lot and making a whole lot of noise. He lost the fight, and Khabib was like, "Yeah, you crossed the line during the build up to this."
African women, not a lot of women in America have their hair bald. Not a lot of black women in America bald headed by choice.
So
all women love their hair.
Looking at what Conor McGregor was saying, you could say, oh, well, he's just a fighter. He's promoting a fight. He's allowed to. Same thing with thinking of it as, oh, they're just comedians. They're just telling jokes. You're going to have to pay for your telling jokes at some point. And then Will Smith is going to have to pay for the consequences of, pretending it's real, because I still think it's fake. But, Will Smith is going to have to pay for the consequences. Security should have escorted him out, or police are going to file charges against him. Which hasn't happened.
All right, look, I need to bring this up. This is the problem. Why? I understand why Will did what he did. Because questions like this, all gets out seen that sex with Will's wife. Where's his slap? I don't fucking know. That's between Will and why.
They probably did that off camera. They probably boxed off camera. We don't know.
And see,
we don't know.
And this thing too. I understand why Will did what he did. Everyone for the past couple of months saying you a cuck, you's a bitch. You trash. You're being used by your wife. Blah 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 blah. Well, look, I'll say this about Will Smith. He knows how to compose and he knows how to keep shit in. And
last night,
for the most part, he's a positive dude. Will Smith is a positive dude for the most part, from what I've seen. Very positive. And just imagine people for months on end saying you a cuck. Jada wants Tupac. She don't want you. You're hearing all this stuff over and over and over again.
Right, he definitely sees that shit.
And like you keep doing that to a person, and then you get mad when they react and they burst like that.
The bear. You're poking the bear.
I mean, look, and this is the thing too.
But when you react, you just look like the crazy person anyway. So like, it's
case in point. Look at Kanye. All his defense is like.
So that's the lesson. Not reacting is the harder part than reacting to it.
Yeah, I mean that,
right? And when you react to things like that, and no matter if, like as I'm saying, he was wrong for making the joke, but now you have escalated the situation and put your hands on somebody. Okay, so now you are wrong too. You are really the one who is now victimized somebody because you assaulted someone for their words. To me, there's no excuse for that.
All right, Snook and Boogers, let me give you a scenario. Let's say I gave this on my MSK stream yesterday. Let's say Will Smith invited a cancer child to his to the thing. This child with cancer, bald headed and everything. Chris Rock looked at the kid like, ha, motherfucker, you like Caillou. And the kid didn't laugh at it. He was clearly had an issue with it. It's a joke, right? Oh, it's a joke from Chris. It's okay. It's a joke. Like, look, I get it, guys. Jokes is fine, but the Oscars supposed to be a prestigious event. I don't like what the fuck Ricky Jarvis did with his old bullshit, his old spin his own fucking agenda. I'm okay with jokes, but I'm not finna be in Chris' position right in front of Will Smith and make a joke about his wife's head and there's an illness associated with it. I'm not gonna add no fucking Oscars in front of all these actors, and I ain't finna do that shit. And if anything, I would have cracked jokes on Will. Like, why pick Jada? Crack jokes on Will, because Will can handle it. Jada can't. That's just what it is. Will can handle it.
She's been in Hollywood for just amount of time. She should be able to handle it. I mean, people. I mean, like.
You can handle it.
That's thing. A lot of them, not even Kanye still hasn't. Guys, Kanye still hasn't mastered.
I'm not saying it's like good and like it's okay for people to say that stuff to people, but like when you're in that type of
it comes with the territory
world and in the entertainment business, like people are.
But that's the thing about
something to say, and you got to try to be above it, and you can't put your hands on.
Snoogans is public knowledge on Google. If I know about it, Chris should fucking know about it. It's on Google.
What I was gonna say.
Just saying, if I know about it, fucking Chris know. And this thing, these celebrities hang out with each other. These celebrities who fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce hang out with everybody fucking kids in the fucking industry. Music and actors and shit. These people know each other and shit. Most of them know about Jada's situation. Jada even publicized she did a live about talking about her hair loss and that she cut it because it was going to be no point for her to keep her hair because it's going to fall out. So she just cut it all off.
You know, it's unfortunate. You know, like the real winner in all this is the Oscars because they wanted this shit. They like,
Will Smith made the Oscars relevant again. Shouts out Will Smith.
No. The Zack Snyder's Justice League beating that trap made the Oscars relevant again. Oh my God!
What did Zack Snyder win?
Prestige. The Oscars hasn't had this much prestige since like fucking.
I think it just like made it like.
Wait.
It took away
since
a lot
Citizen
of points.
Kane was around, and that like fucking like got nominated.
So you're comparing Citizen Kane to Zack Snyder's Justice League? Is that what I'm saying?
Had that kind of prestige, bruh. Since Walter Hamada blessed them.
Look at him. He turned his camera on.
He got on camera and shit.
With the Snyder Cut.
The gay shit, bro.
They ain't have that.
And he's got a banana on his shirt. That tells it all, ladies and gentlemen.
Hilarious.
Getting this awards. I know these fans jealous and shit about.
They got a fake pseudo award. They hype for that.
Fans are salty, aren't they?
Hey, bro, they mad. Man, they were hitting me up like, bro, why is that
at night, but not at Oscars night, bro.
They want an award that you voted on.
Hey, man,
I
got
voted by the Academy, bro.
Killmonger
what are you talking about?
About how salty they was about Zack Snyder Justice League winning. They said, why Zack Snyder Justice League win? I was like, it's a good movie because it is what it is.
I didn't see. Yeah,
you know those are not real awards, right?
What do you mean they're not real awards?
Yeah, exactly. They're not. They're honorary. Like,
wow.
You vote on them.
So take it away.
You can sit there.
Since when do you care about Zack Snyder, B-Dot?
Wow, take away
I'll be back.
Person credit. If it was No Way Home, y'all would have been like, these awards is real.
No, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
they would.
It's not a real award. I've been saying
UMC
that.
fans are heartless, bro. You can't give DC a minute in the sun.
Wow.
I'm
You
making
got 1.8
observations.
billion movies. You got
What are we
$1.8 billion movie. We got an Oscar. What's your problem? What's your beef? What are you salty about?
Who got an Oscar again this year?
We got an Oscar.
Film
we got
was
it for The Dark
nominated.
Knight. Woo! We got
What
it for
film
The Joker.
won an Oscar
Woo!
this year that
We
was
got that
nominated
shit for
an
Suicide
Oscar?
Squad. Huh?
The Academy has 9,000 members, and those Oscars. Okay, I understand.
Black Panther
that is
has
an
some
Oscar.
for Harris,
Yeah,
too.
and every one of them voted for The Flash. Ezra Miller, cheer moment. They were like, fuck that Spider-Man shit. That Flash shit was dope.
You know, that was the worst ever winner of the Cheer Moment Award. You know that?
Yes, Stephen Wolf.
Well, I'll say it was Army of the Dead, honestly. I'll say it was Army of the Dead.
No, that was Justice League. That was Justice League.
What did Army of the Dead win? Didn't it win one?
Justice League couldn't win.
No, it couldn't. So
No,
they
but
put in the Army of the
favorite.
Dead instead. So they put in Army of the Dead instead. They meant
it
it to
won.
be Justice League, and it won.
It's
Yeah,
not.
the Army of
It's
the
the Army of the Dead
shouldn't have
won.
won nothing.
No, Justice League won.
Snyder fans, make sure he won.
You mean made sure? How do you mean? How can we do that?
That was the worst winner of that award of all time. The worst ever winner for that award that has ever happened.
Wasn't the first?
It was the first and the worst.
The best.
Of all time, the worst.
We
just should know that this award should not be handed out again because it's obviously a joke.
Why? Because DC's going to win every time. You know the Batman's winning next year.
Is it eligible?
Okay.
Yeah, it will be.
You know the Batman's winning next year.
It's a long year and a lot more films to go. But we'll see.
I think the Batman's going to get Best Picture.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I think we've got a lot of year to go and a lot of films to see.
Shimazu said, I didn't know about the alopecia. Kid, I just thought she did it so when August was smashing and giving her back shots and go, oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
Look, you guys, look, this is why I'm not so mad at Will, right? I have too much respect for. I love me some fucking Will Smith. I love Will Smith
too, but he was wrong.
But I don't like certain people like Will. I don't like kicking them when they down. It's different. Will Smith was a person like Conor McGregor or Jake Paul, a shitty ass person always talking shit to people, around saying, I'm a hot shit, I'm this, I'm that, all that. Will's not that. I mean, I don't like kicking down those type of people. Especially kind, good, humble people and shit like, Will Smith. I understand, he stepped out of line, but I mean, he going through enough. I also say, he's the last person I want to kick down. I don't like kicking out kind-hearted people that are trying to do good and put some positive shit into the world. And look, when you keep ragging on someone for months, calling him a cuck. Look, I understand if y'all think he's a cuck. I mean, in my opinion, look, if y'all think he's a cuck. But in this situation, he's married to this woman. He's trying to make it work. That's his wife. He's going to defend his wife. And as far as why he did it, and I guess just the way Will was raised, and how a lot of men are raised. We're supposed to.
It's that bullshit.
Stick up, and hey, it is what it is. But that's how a lot of us are raised. If you go by certain texts, religious texts and stuff, you gotta stick up for your woman.
An eye for an eye.
I mean, it is what it is. That's the norm for the most part. That's
what could Will do to Chris Rock that would be not stepping over the boundary? So I guess hitting him was definitely crossing a boundary.
Well,
but what non-physical action could you do? Is he okay for walking up to him and telling him that joke's not okay in the middle of his performance?
I mean, sure, he could have stated it in private. I mean, he could have slapped him in private.
I mean, he could have said what he was. If he at the minimum, you could have had a response out loud back, and even then, it would have been.
Oh yeah, bro.
Rude and uncalled for, just because it's the process of the award show. But I feel like he would have he could have just said something in that moment that would have been enough. But really, behind have a conversation with him one-on-one afterwards would be the best thing to do. But if anything, have a verbal response back. But you don't have to get up and hit someone for it.
I don't think that solves the whole defending the honor thing, which you call, as a caveman and everything. But still, Jada Pinkett Smith went to sleep yesterday night knowing that Will Smith boxed Chris Rock because he said the wrong thing. And she feels better about it. Like, he did do something.
Maybe some people do feel better about that type of thing, but
yeah, and look, there's the way it is. A lot of men in us, like, I seen it before. I literally seen this. It was crazy. A lot of dudes, and I don't like when dudes do this because I think they keep on setting up other men and embarrassing them into do this because they know that how the way society is shaped. You put them in these positions, shit. They either got to choose two things: either they stand up and do some shit, or walk away and get called a punk bitch. A guy can walk. Multiple dudes can walk up on a dude's girl. They'll be walking down the street. start trying to get fresh with a dude's girl, and it'll be multiple of them. They know they're probably gonna beat this dude's ass, but they gonna try and get fresh with this dude's girl, punk him and shit, and people are so whack. They'll say, "Oh, you're a bitch for getting your ass whooped in front of your girl, or you a bitch for not." It's like a lose-lose situation for a lot of men in these situations. I don't like it, but that is what it is. Like it's such a lose-lose situation. Like in my opinion, Will either way he lost, he was gonna lose. There probably would have been people that say, "Oh, why didn't you stand up for your woman, bro, blah, 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 blah," or why didn't you do this? Like it's a lose-lose situation. I'm not saying it's okay, but that's just the fucking norm. It's whack, but that's the norm. It's you can try the best you can. It's just, Will made his decision. Not saying it was the best one to make, but he made his decision. I understand it, but he made his decision. And he chose to do it. You guys, Jada did not manipulate him into doing that. He made his own decision. Will's a grown man. A lot of people saying Jada manipulated Will. She ain't fucking serious, guys. I'm not saying she's a great person either, but that's his wife. That's the mother of his kids. Cause I don't know what if Jaden and Willow had an issue? What if they went home and he didn't say nothing? And Willow said like, "Yo, Dad, why didn't you say nothing? Did you talk to Chris about that? Like, what's up?" I mean, like I said, there's so many factors.
He's gonna say, "What? Don't talk to me like that." I whip my hand back and forth. He's gonna say,
"It's like shut your ass up, Willow. You ain't got hair either." She's bald too.
Girl, watch it. Don't tell Will Smith what he said, y'all.
I respect Will. That's my homie. Me and him talk.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's DC for life.
He's in the DC club. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, look, people, and this is the thing, right? I remember I was just watching J3 did an Instagram story about this, right? And I remember, right? Let's say Chris didn't know about her medical issue and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I remember, right? I remember when Chadwick Boseman was going through his thing. I'm not saying what she had was as severe as Chadwick Boseman. But when we saw he was skinny and stuff, and people was making fun of him, and they didn't know what was going on, and then when it was too late and we found out what it was, all those people who was joking about, "Oh, why you skinny and stuff," he ended up gone, and all them people who was joking about him being skinny and shit, guess what happened? It's like sometimes you gotta. Chris just pick better jokes. That's it. Just pick better jokes to tell at the Oscars that don't gotta relate to anybody's health and all that shit. Don't get too personal. Just keep it surface. Just roast her shoes. Talk about her shoes. Talk about that green. That green shit she was wearing.
He had a script and he had the dress rehearsal and they had to time exactly how long the segment would go. So his jokes were written by somebody else, but he still delivered them. So I'm not like absolving him. Huh?
So he wasn't even going off the dome. Trash.
No.
Trash.
They put placeholders in the seats of like where people are going to be sitting who aren't part of the rehearsal. So he knew where they were going to be sitting because name placeholders and things like that.
But the people didn't know, right? Like they don't know that they might be on the bit. But some of them won't know.
I mean, unless they're involved. But like Will Smith will.
Hey, RJ, I'm not saying we should censor. Like certain. I am down with any fucking joke. There's certain places you can tell that shit. I ain't finna go to no funeral and tell certain jokes and shit. I'm just gonna say that much.
Would we have a stand-up comedian at a funeral?
Hey, some people
there
would.
To give jokes?
I would want Dave Chappelle to come to my funeral. I want Dave Chappelle to host my funeral. Make jokes about my life.
I wouldn't want Dave Chappelle at your funeral because that would mean you die quicker than he does, and I don't want that to happen, Kata.
I mean, I'm immortal. I live forever.
There you go.
So why are you
Super
having
Saiyans? They have long lifespans.
What'd you say, Nerman?
He's 85 right now.
So I'm eating some sausage.
He said, "Why would you need a funeral if you're immortal?"
I'm eating some British sausages. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so I can be like reborn and shit. Like it's not a normal funeral. It's a funeral where I get reborn. It's a rebirth.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm immortal and shit. You know, I'm a real one.
rails.
Now I have some footage from the Oscars, exclusive footage that came out just today.
Oh my gosh, this is a joke, guys.
So Japan has released their audio of the incident, and we should look at it. Shout out to the Japanese. They released the audio. Shout out to the Japanese. The Japanese released this today. Thank them for this footage.
That was amazing stuff.
Freak that kid. Next time, Chris, bring it too super.
I mean, like that is.
He better get those. He better get those.
How do you think this? He was slapped on national TV. This man was slapped on national TV.
Oh yeah, hey, look, Ashley, don't get me wrong. If look, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't front. I've been in Chris Rock positions before. I know how that shit feel. You don't know what to do. You don't know what the fuck to do. And I put some people in that position for it too. Like I've been in that position. It's embarrassing. I was that much shit embarrassing.
Publicly humiliate someone and hit them, and it's just.
Well, what just happened to Jada?
To be fair, I think they both embarrassed each other. They both evenly embarrassed each other that day. You know, Chris Rock put Will in a position that, you know, I don't like when dudes put men in those positions where they have to make the ultimatum like, stick up.
Will put himself in that position. Okay, he put himself there. All right, that's what happened. You know,
he chose to go there and do it.
If he chooses to have the mindset that, oh, you say something about my woman, I gotta defend her honor. That's still him choosing that.
Can we ask the question?
Know?
I mean, but look,
I'm sorry. Like
and this is why I'm looking at it from my perspective, because I wouldn't like to be put in that position. And us men know this, and we put each other in these positions all the time. We will disrespect somebody's girl in front of them, and at the end of the day, that man, you know, is going to have to pick two things: either stick up for his girl or stay quiet and don't do nothing. And either way, he gonna get called he gonna get his manhood, you know, disrespected one way or another. You know, I don't like that us men do that shit because we know how it feels and we just do it. You know, it's I'm not saying I do that shit because I wouldn't want to be put in that position, because then it puts us in awkward positions at the end of the day.
Can I ask a question?
I just know I stick up for myself. So, like me, cool. I would have said something.
I know you can. That's why I get scared of you whenever you come on. Like, oh shit, what's she gonna do?
I'll be scared of these MCU fans, man. You know, I'll boot these MCU fans off the stream right now.
Yeah, but she's a different type. Anyway, she's something different. But hey, do you think this is going to impact his career? Like, I mean, like adversely. And what do you think?
Like as far as work or reputation?
As far as work and stuff like that.
Work, he'll be fine. Reputation.
You think?
I mean, it's Will Smith. Nobody can stay mad at Will Smith.
Yeah.
Well, the way that the Bad Boys movie ended, it teased a sequel or a fourth movie. I don't think that's in jeopardy because he went on stage to try to hit Chris Rock.
But I mean,
return his Oscar, and I don't even think he should have to return his Oscar. I think wasn't there somebody else at the Oscars that won one that said some disrespectful shit? Some guy named Michael something called somebody in the N word.
Michael Richards.
Yeah, did he return his Oscar?
No, he never got an Oscar. That's the Seinfeld guy. He never got an Oscar.
Oh, okay.
But
Trinity was talking about something that he did.
That man can never go to a fucking what do you call it? Not Wendy's.
Barbershop, cookout.
He basically, like he's done. Michael Richards, he's gone.
Shimazu evenly embarrassed. No, I think they both made fools of themselves. I'm not gonna be there as a comedian. I'm not gonna be there at the Oscars making fun of these actors. people.
But
and
they do that. They make fun.
No. Yeah,
the
like
audience.
it depends what material you're doing. Like if you're just making jokes about their clothes and shit, you know, like
I get that.
Like remember at BET Awards when freaking Busta Rhymes was wearing that skin jacket, looked like he was wearing a brain. You remember that one BET Awards?
No,
That's perfect material. I'll show you.
I think if Jada had a flop and she was making fun of that movie that flopped, then sure, cool, I get it. Actually, that's what I thought it was. G.I. Jane 2. I'm like, oh yeah, she must have been in that movie. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
at first, I was thinking that too.
In that movie, I swear, that's what I thought it was. Like she was in that movie, and he was saying, "I'm looking forward to the second one." It's like okay. But when I found out it was about an illness, I was like, well, you know what? You can say what you want, but you can't say what people's response is going to be. You know what I'm saying? When it's about someone they love, you kind of humiliate a woman like that, body shame her essentially on fucking, you know, at the Oscars, and it's her husband, and you know he's a passionate guy. You might get a slap. I don't know. Like that's all I'm saying. It's like. I don't think I don't think it's just so black and white now. That's all I'm saying. I still think he did the wrong thing. I think he could have done.
Yeah, I was wrong thing. That was the wrong thing to do. But I don't fault the response because it's like, what do you do?
I might do it.
You don't?
Yeah, I might do it. I probably wouldn't do it at the Oscars, but if it was like a guy across the table from me, like I might fucking do it. No, fuck you. Don't.
It's so bizarre though. That he kind of stopped at the slap. So then he gets up and he walks towards it. And then when you finally get there, it's a slap. That's what's so bizarre about it. It's not going to leave a bruise on him. Yeah, it's a bitch slap, so it's embarrassing. But if you have enough, like...
bitch slap is the backhand. He front-handed him.
Yeah, if you're out of control and you just got at your seat and you're going to confront the guy, I feel like you're at such a high out of controlness that you're not going to think rationally and go, no. Just a slap this time, not a full closed fist, not maximum damage. It's so bizarre. That's why I think it's staged.
Yeah. And look, I saw people on Twitter saying that LAPD should arrest Will. I'm like, bro, let's not do that.
They said they weren't going to press charges because Chris Rock doesn't.
No, yeah, Chris wasn't going to, but I saw people on Twitter, you know, tagging LAPD Twitter like, arrest Will, blah, blah. I'm like, you don't need to arrest somebody over
Chris Rock has dealt with it quite well. I mean, I don't think he dealt with it well, but he dealt with what happened after the fallout quite well. I'll see what he has to say, like, in future about it, but, like...
Yeah, he'll have material, won't he?
Mm-hmm. He got material.
He's like, I wasn't talking about Will's wife. I was talking about Tupac's wife.
Oh,
I
shit.
did keep... I kept the name out of his mouth. I didn't mean it that way. I don't know. He could.
Hey, every time he starts a new bit about Will, first things first, I'm talking about Tupac's wife. Let me make this clear, just so he doesn't offend Will. You know, Will can't say shit. It's fucked up, but damn, what am I doing? I can't be joining along in this slander. Get up, Will. You know why you're here to get revenge. You must continue, even if you are expelled from your work. Bro, shouts out to this shit right here.
By the way, can I just mention? Did you? Because we've talked about this for a while, and I'm just curious. Did you see those salty motherfuckers this morning talking about DC winning the prestigious award that it won?
Oh yeah,
Ew. People were talking about it.
Prestige.
The salty MCU.
I didn't say anything about it anywhere because I didn't care enough to speak on it.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh, you didn't care.
I think most of us don't really care.
No, what do you mean most of us don't care?
Because it's so
we know
subjective.
It's Marvel because it's Marvel Monday too, so it's like
ain't nothing happening today. Ain't no trailer, no nothing.
It's every Monday's a Marvel Monday.
Y'all wish it was a Marvel. It's the
DC decade.
That's a good one.
Okay.
This is DC's time. This is DC's century.
Diabolical content.
This is DC's decade and century. It's like
2022 needs heroes.
Hey, when do we call a time of death? Like 6,000? 672. That's a long. That's like 4
Well, we
weekends.
gotta
in.
make more than
So many
BTS,
bets to pay off. So many bets.
There's not that much time, nerd man. Can we just say that it's over
We got
and
2
I've
more
won
weeks,
this bet?
2 more weeks,
I know
bro.
I won mine. I
good.
definitely won mine.
Killmonger, I'm a man of my word. Okay, and I will do a rap that is because the bet was that I would do a rap that is like really like a nice positive rap towards Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one that is a nice positive one towards Marvel movies.
Wait a minute.
MCU. No, that's no. No, chill. Listen to what he's saying to you. And don't forget your stream. You have to do your stream too.
Yo,
praising Marvel.
You said Marvel movies. Go back and watch the video.
And also, don't forget to do your stream about Marvel, about the MCU. Don't forget your MCU stream.
Yeah.
Marvel stream.
Yeah, your MCU. No. It's in an MCU stream. Talking about how you're so pumped. No, it's a see. Do you see this man?
I didn't want to.
This man. It's an MCU. I told you MCU. So you have to do a stream. You have to do your rap and your stream.
I will keep to the bet. I'll say that one.
And your stream has to be a minimum streaming time.
I am
not
shocked.
a 20-minute stream.
The thing is, I'm actually shocked it didn't make $1 billion. But I think given the conditions, like that war breaking out that week,
there was not enough money in Russia. Here's the $1 billion bet.
Russia, how it impacted Europe.
We gotta go. Why do we? It's mad about China. Doesn't matter if the movie shows in Antarctica, Jupiter. It's just $1 billion because Spider-Man did it without those places.
Facts.
What are you asking me? I don't even know what you're saying right now. Did you do?
Do you not speak English?
Speak slowly.
Crazy.
Because
we call these people English.
Slowly.
I
slowly,
propose
bro.
A bet to you.
Because you know you're
use sign language.
It's hard to understand, like Canadian.
Use sign language. You might get that one.
One. How do you say billion?
Fuck.
Batman makes $1 billion. I say it won't. You think it will?
I'll bet you on that. I'll bet you on that.
Yeah, I'll let you.
You have to make only DC content for 2 weeks.
2 DC streams?
No. Oh no.
Hold on, let me just skip to the end because I actually give you your terms here.
Something positive for the DCEU. Let's say that, right?
Okay,
and because we can't. Right.
And then what do I do?
Yeah, I know. What should you do? What do I want from you?
He should have to do the opposite. Positive MCU stream.
Yeah. Facts.
Because I have to get my stipulation. Nerdman, I want you, Jetlets, I want you to do a rap about the MCU. It's got to be like solid 2 minutes and just give me bars about the MCU. And then I'll do 3 videos.
Positive.
MCU.
There it is. Right at the end.
I gotta go clip mine out now. MCU said it. See, you are so slick and slimy. You see how he slithers about?
He was gonna talk about I love Ben Affleck in his MCU movie. He was so good because he came from the DC property. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, you are slippery.
I got some mad bars real quick. I got the mad bars.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Go on. Say it.
All right.
Say it.
DC got better AC. Bars.
Was that it?
There's bars right there.
I missed the rhyme.
Got better AC.
Like air conditioning?
What is this? What is
That's
this?
air conditioning. That's a
what?
That's the AC right there.
What is happening? There it is. Purpose spoken. Purpose spoken.
I have to work on my MCU rap, but that's it. Once I do,
you can do my intro
rap,
every time I do burning
questions. I'll go clip mine out because you are doing it. You have to do the
regular
stream.
programming. It's gonna be
got
back
one
to
right
regular
here.
programming.
Bars. I got more bars.
Okay, go on, son.
MCU, PU.
Okay.
Bars, baby. Those bars right there.
Oh my
Bars,
god.
bruh.
Oh my god. How has this cat not got signed yet, bruh? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right.
Dude, Death Row Records, sign me.
Oh
me.
gosh, this dude has no. Nope.
Them
Dude,
was
those
bars,
were hard,
Nope.
bro.
MCU.
No.
Woo.
Telling you.
No.
Oh
No,
my
guys.
god.
Do not condone his nonsense. Okay. He will make a whole song about the MCU.
Yeah, why you skipping his comments? You better every single one of Akansha's comments right now. Batman is not crossing billions.
Failed to save the DCU. Hey, we trying. I'm about to buy 5 more tickets this weekend. Shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, man. I'm still gonna get some tickets. Yeah, I'm going with a friend. Like we're gonna put
How many times have you
like,
seen
a
it
little
now,
bit higher.
Nerdman?
I've seen it 4 times with at least 15 different people.
And you remember how he like came down on me for like so many rewatches in theaters for films? Look at this man.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. That's how you've been doing it. That's how you did it with Spider-Man: No Way Home. You know that.
I didn't make No Way Home make $1.9 billion.
You know
that's not me.
Go see it like a good 13 times. Shit.
That's not me, ladies and gentlemen. I gave you my honest take on that movie the other day.
You went to Ant-Man like 14 times. Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
99 times to be exact.
Oh, I got more bars. Got more bars. I got more bars right here. Right here. Bars, baby.
You want me to do a beatbox? Should I do a beatbox as well?
I don't need a beat. Acapella. Straight acapella.
No, let me do
bars.
this beatbox for you, but just so you hear it.
Oh my gosh, what is happening? He can't. You making all them beats for nothing.
Oh no beats, Nerdman. I do it acapella. I don't need a beat.
All right.
You can't rap on the beat.
MCU is trash. Just like DoorDash.
Oh my gosh, my eyes just got really big, guys. I've only had my camera on right now. My whole eyelids just. What?
This is disgusting.
What just happening? Crazy. Do you understand? Okay, guys. Yeah. And they say that us MCU fans are like the wild, crazy bunch. Who's the level-headed people on this panel? Who's over here rapping badly on stream?
Wait.
Well, it makes sense. It's not like the DC movies had a soundtrack towards their thing. We had like Black Panther. I think Guardians had one.
You
guys need to branch out.
Oh, I got another one. More bars.
MCU couldn't get an Oscar if they were Sylvester Stallone and they were a boxer.
Doesn't mean you had Oscars for Black Panther for like costume design? But didn't like the costume design team win, or was it the hair design team that won for Black Panther?
I think both of them won.
Yeah, they won for Black Panther. Yeah, we have Oscars winners.
The MCU got bars,
right?
But them bars never go far.
What? Are they subpar? Like, what's happening? Like, what?
Bro,
my whole face is like, just like, what is happening right now?
MCU got bars.
Is this real life?
Far, because they are truly subpar.
Okay, that was a good one.
I gave him that word, Chillmonger, like 5 seconds ago.
No, you didn't. I just came up with that on my own.
It took a little bit.
Like,
bro.
You see, DC always needs help from Marvel to get to where they're slightly successful. See, Chillmonger? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But
I know Nerdman's skills. I've heard him rap, and I know.
No, yeah, I know he can rap.
If you put something together, he'd be coming like the Captain America shield. It protects whoever.
You ain't gonna give that much effort to it.
Sam Wilson
will
wield.
Dude, I'm gonna. It's gonna be multi-syllabic. like hardcore.
I can't wait. You gonna make a music video? Can you make a music video for it so we can premiere it?
You can make a music video for it.
No, you like no record it and then you just like lip rap it and like and we can put effects on it and then make a music video.
I'll see what I can. I'll see what I can drum.
Yes,
I'll see what I can drum up.
That will be the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah, you guys are lucky.
World premiere. World premiere. World premiere.
I say it once. I said it once.
Tillmonger was smart with that idea.
Devil's luck on your side, bruh.
You know what's great though, because you and Anzo were talking about Spider-Man and talking about because that was the bet. Will it make as much as Spider-Man? And I thought, okay, look, if I go all the way down to $1 billion, he'll agree to that one because
he agreed to 1.4
over here with preposterous numbers up there. Spider-Man or $1 billion, that's reasonable to him. Got him, committed it to that, and I saved it.
Not like drill rap, or not UK.
I might try that actually. I might try that.
Oh, some UK drill.
I can't wait. It's gonna be
amazing. One of my
I got another one. Last one.
You got another rap?
I got another bar. You know, because I gotta keep bringing these bars. That MCU vibranium, not even shinier than titanium. Weak ass vibranium.
Oh shit! Holy shit! Holy
that was a sympathy laugh.
Boom.
That was like absurd. How absurd is that? You really need to help your friend. Help your friend.
I had an idea of doing rap reviews because I had like this whole rap about the Man of Steel and how it was trash. And so that was going to be my first idea for my channel, was just doing reviews but in rap.
You should do
but it's a lot of work. It's
a lot of work, and it might not blow up, and you'd be like, you know, stuck with a whole bunch of great ideas and hard work.
Depends how long those videos are. If you do like good, like 3-minute reviews and bars, you know, perfect length of a song, 3 minutes on average, 4 minutes.
I would have gone like maybe 2, not too.
So you can do it in 2. That makes it even better. People like short videos. They got short attention spans. Best way to get them, shorter videos. But when there's that short length, you gotta make it, you know.
But you'd actually have to go with the popular opinion, though. I'd have to do like a Man of Steel, like just an underrated masterpiece rap. Otherwise, they'll just.
No, you wouldn't.
No, fuck it. No, there's so many more people who like nowadays, like they
do that.
Are vocal on the internet who think Man of Steel is dope. So if you did a like it's trash one, then so you'd have to like if I did an Infinity War one, I'd have to do like how great I think it is, for instance. Like if we want,
no, there's a lot of people on YouTube that like don't like it and got a big problem because they made anti Infinity War videos, made them big.
Wow, Shimazu.
Oh, wait, what's he saying? DC.
He said DC say they rep the Justice League Unlimited, but clearly the box office limited say they want to turn MCU to dust, but they were more dysfunctional than Will and Jada's trust.
Bars ass.
Yeah, we have to come back to that.
That's some slander right there.
That right there. He just gave it to you.
Get bars on Marvel, but Marvel bars at you, K-Dots. Marvel Bears. DC K-Dots get bars on Marvel, but Marvel Bears at you. I'm confused.
You're confused because you didn't write this. He's a DC fan. He's having a crisis.
Contra Wonder Woman is amazing. K-Dots want to be doing a stream about why DC as far as even Marvel you should join. It's not today, but next week. Oh yeah, I'm down for it, bro. Arkham, I'm there for you, bro. Let me do my Wikipedia research on DC and shit. I got you. I'm pull up. I'm gonna do a Wikipedia on some comments real quick, and I'll pull up. I'll be there. Let me get my Wikipedia knowledge in.
Pull up.
All right, let me think of another bar.
Do you really have to think of another bar? Like, we can move on and.
I mean, that's what Nerdman did want to talk about. Or did you guys want to do a quick summary of the Oscars real quick, or like who won and stuff?
Sure.
Oh,
sure.
I've got some bars to come back at him. Just 1 second.
Oh,
1
he's
second,
writing.
I have another bar. It's loading, but now I'm really just Googling things to say in the morning with the dot. I'm chilling at the spot, but Chillmonger raps on fire. He's so hot. That's why I like his streams. They're burning questions what he's got, and I never invited because I'm the worst at from the lot. Because you know British people say the lot. You lot. Yeah, there it is. Brought together.
Wow, slander from an MCU fan.
International twang to it.
What's what these MCU fans do?
You're streaming on Twitch. Polar Knight says the Oscar was fun.
Yeah, both Twitch and
All right, you ready for these bars? You ready for these bars? Are you ready?
Drop that shit, man.
I hope
Drop
so.
that shit.
Yo, MCU haters come out at night, eyes glowing cause the DC shines so bright. If they ever made a good movie, bruh, I'd die. Even Shakespeare thinks the Batman is tight. While Scorsese, he's spitting pure facts. MCU put out bigger shits than Drax.
Whack.
Bigger shits
because he has famously large turds.
I know.
At least that's what I heard. But
Bigger
he's
shits than
using
Drax.
That
our
was
movies and our own words to try to reverse. But what really is gonna hurt is when I take what he says and throw it back to this nerd man. Nerd man, you're the worst man. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I watch battle rap. I'm a perp fan, and he knows that. And we talk rap, and we come back, so we'll clap back like Will Smith did to Chris Rock. You want this talk? Nerd man, make that shit stop. Nerd man, the Justice League Snyder Cut was not a 10. I give it a 7. I said this to you, even though you're my friend, but fuck the Batman. It didn't make $1 billion.
Contra, you're betraying
That's
Contra, the Marvel fan, you betraying DC.
Hats off to you all for that.
Damn. All right, what's the last slanderous thing I say about the MCU?
Just to end my
for the rest of your life. Yes, what is it? This is the last time he's gonna say anything slanderous, ladies and gentlemen. I thought you all extended a hand to me the other day. What happened?
Oh,
I thought we were gonna like walk in peace.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and
we are. We are. This is for those cats this morning. They know who they are.
Oh, so
Like,
this isn't for me, but you're still gonna continue to do it. I thought you all were not gonna do this anymore.
No. They were so salty over DC. Yeah, DC's just trying to live out here. They get a little Oscar, everyone's getting salty. And they deserve
get a little Oscar. They didn't get one Oscar last night. Like, what show did you watch?
Oscar. What are you talking about? They got an Oscar. Best scene. Best like hype scene. And you know what?
Is this the MTV Movie Awards? Because they don't give that out the Oscars.
Hey, the Oscars is going democratic. Democracy's good, isn't it? Saved our planet.
So who walked on the stage to accept the Oscar and gave the speech? Who accepted the award and who gave the speech? Who accepted this Oscar?
That's for real awards. They don't do that.
Oh, okay. So no one had an acceptance speech. No one actually was given an Oscar. No. It was just an honorary mention.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I know a lot of those people. I know a lot of I've got connections. I'm not going to tell you how. I know a lot of the people who are like, who are the judges and the Oscars and stuff. They voted Zack Snyder's Justice League as well, bro.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did. I heard that on the down low. It's 99% of them voted Justice League.
I just want to say, regardless of Marvel's success, they will not produce a better movie than the Batman.
Okay.
You could go. It was actually a much better stream when you were not here.
Is there anything else you want to add, Kurt?
I understood the
That's all I wanted to say. Let me know when they stop putting cameos in their movies to hype the film up. Then we can talk.
That's not what they do.
In facts.
That's exactly what they do. Look how many cameos they're gonna have in Multiverse of Madness.
With
But that's
MCU.
Disney as a whole, though. They can't. They have to rely on their cameos. That's the only thing that gets people interested.
If the people that show up in the film service the plot and move the story along, they're there for an actual reason. They're not just there to be like, "Wow, guys, jazz hands."
There's gonna be 25 niggas in that movie. Like, it's gonna be like 25. They'll be like, "Oh, it made $1 billion." No shit, it's gonna make $1 billion because it's got Professor X. It's got all this. It got Illuminati, all this, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Take all that away. Let's see if it still can hold on its own.
Oh shit.
That's so bad.
Yeah, like the
What
plot.
happened to you?
It's facts, though.
He's talking facts.
I'm gonna still watch Multiverse of Madness. I'm hyped for it, but it's just like, yeah, I've accepted what Marvel is. Like the MCU is just nothing but cameos now.
MCU won't make a better film than The Dark Knight while we talking about the Batman.
That's true. They still haven't made a better movie than The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is better than the Batman. So what are we talking about?
No, it's not.
It's a better
And that's
film.
subjective.
Yes,
Oh my god. Slander.
it's a better
He said
film.
DC should be.
I don't know. I could
DC.
hear an argument for the Batman being better.
Hey,
I don't personally agree with that, but I could hear the argument. I think it's in that discussion. The Batman. I'll be straight up.
I have thoughts about it.
Real quick, Mazu has a response. Real quick.
I don't think
Said
we are.
DC should be called BC because they the
Movie's
common era.
overhyped.
But we living in 2022 because that's the MCU era. Can you make a great film without Nolan? If not, get back in the MCU's colon.
For sure.
We need a great film without Nolan.
That was whack.
We can make
Back in the MCU's colon. Walter White, man, silence is.
You all said Nolan is this.
What the hell?
Nolan
Yes,
is the
you
DC
put out
standard.
so many shits.
Nah.
Their asshole is swollen,
It
bro.
is.
Look, let me tell you something.
I have my issues with the Nolan trilogy as a whole after watching it. You know, I have some
I have
issues.
Yeah,
issues
it's
with
amazing,
Rises.
right? It's amazing, right?
I have issues with
Amazing.
Rises.
Yeah, but it's still
I don't-
those movies are still better, well better put together than most MCU movies that get put out today.
Real.
True.
Real,
Dark Knight
real.
Rises is still better than most MCU movies. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you could say Avengers is better. Civil War, Winter Soldier, I'll give it that. Look, I don't like Infinity War. I don't like Endgame. I'll even throw those into the mix. You could say they're better, right? But that's it.
And honestly,
like, the Dark Knight
after
Rises is literally better than all of them.
I'm just gonna leave this comment up for the
after
rest of the
Team-
stream. I'm gonna leave this right
after
here.
Oh, it was
After
you. I thought it was
Endgame-
K-Dot.
It was
after
me.
Endgame, you really they've really been struggling. You know, you can't really count No Way Home because that's a Sony movie. You know what I'm saying?
No, Sony bought their Marvel movie.
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
the
no, no,
Sony
no. That
movie.
movie is
That's Sony
produced.
movie.
That's right.
That movie is produced by
Sony made more
Marvel
money off that.
Studios. That story,
Sony
all of that.
made more
Oh
money
my!
off that.
John
But you
Walker,
got
the Marvel
three-
guy
money
doing a
Oh my
Fantastic Four.
gosh!
It's
You
a
have
They
three
only-
I'm
Sony
not gonna-
characters. You have three Sony. You have three Spider-Mans that are like owned by Sony.
Yes, they're owned by them, but they write a little, but they get their Marvel movie.
Widow.
Okay.
Widow. Be
Produced
honest. Be honest
and
right
under
now.
the guy under. Okay. You
I
want
understand
me-
what you're
okay.
saying,
Be-
but
be
that's
honest right now. Let me ask you a
that's
Yeah,
Sony.
Sony reaps the rewards, but that film is
Because
off the
they
back
put it out.
of Marvel Studios. There's a
Okay,
difference.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you an honest question.
Like, have you seen?
If-
Like, are you
if-
about to
let
see
me ask you an
Morbius?
honest question. Because look,
unfortunately.
let's all be honest here. Let's all
That's
be
a
honest.
Sony
here.
movie.
You take Andrew and you take Toby out of that movie, and you take those villains out of that movie.
No,
It's a
no,
media-
man. You take
It's a mediocre story. It's a mediocre story.
you
right?
take all
I'm
three
not-
Spider-Man movies. You take all three Spider-Man out of that movie. Then it's an MCU movie.
Right.
So
It's
what's
just
it
a-
about?
it's
That's
a-
not
it's a
true.
typical-
That's not true. That's
typical
not true at all.
MCU
That's
movie.
not true at all.
Say they did the multiverse where it was just two other Spider-Men like that we've never seen before, right? And it was just Spider-Man villains that came out from different universes that we'd never seen before, and they just put it in. That's plausible. It could be like there's infinite Spider-Men out there, right? They could have got Spider-Men that didn't come from some big franchise. Now that movie is just a mediocre movie.
Like it's a mediocre MCU, like run of the mill.
And I kind of like agree with you a lot on a lot of that stuff. My score went down for the film. I still think it's a good film, but to me overall, it's decent. It's not like to me one of the top.
It's not one of the top
superhero films, and
so
it's not
my
a
question
Marvel
is this.
film. It's not my favorite Tom
this.
Holland Spider-Man movie either.
My question is this: could you have made, even though it's like a mediocre story, could you have made an even less good story with those three characters and all of the cameos coming back, and it still would have made like probably over $1 billion, 1.5, something like that?
No, it had to be Tom Holland. Toby and Andrew. It did.
No. I'm saying you get Toby and Andrew, you get all of those villains like coming back from the former franchises, and you make, say, like a 6 out of 10 movie. Like I'll give Spider-Man No Way Home maybe 7.5 out of 10, somewhere about that. It's decent, right? So you take a weaker movie, like a 6 out of 10 movie, would that still have made $1.5 billion?
They have.
I'm just saying.
Not $1.5 billion.
What I'm trying to get at here
Captain
is
Marvel.
You can pretty much put those three characters, bring them back, especially Toby and then Andrew, and then you bring back all those villains, and you put them with Tom Holland, and you're guaranteed like at least $1.2 billion.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
You know that's what I'm getting.
Far From Home almost made $1.2 billion just off of him alone.
Yeah, before COVID though. That's before COVID.
I mean, but
Far From Home made it like these numbers are not reflecting COVID numbers either.
No, of course not.
I think we need to stop. I think we need to stop using the box office numbers to like equate a quality of a movie.
Yeah,
so there are people that think just because No Way Home made so much money that it's a better film than a better. It's a more successful, but it's not a better written film.
I don't think overall it's a better film. Is the story is better and the acting is better, but do I think that one is better in different ways than the other slightly at times? Yes.
How is Spider-Man No Way Home better than the Batman in any way?
Because if I want to watch, because I like
it's more entertaining,
my superheroes, I'm going to explain it to you. I like to see my superheroes generally in action type films. Okay, that's me. I like the Batman. I like that one leans more to a certain way than the other because it's about freaking superheroes and heroes, right? So that's one issue. Just because I feel like, I like to see action.
So you think the action is better? You're saying the action is better in Spider-Man No Way Home?
No, she prefers a more like action, like action.
It's more entertaining.
No, not that. Not that. I don't need like the spectacle of it all. Just action in general when it comes to a superhero film, whether it be a ground and pound, two people fighting in the face type of action. I just like to see them fighting and like to see those action moments. So that's why I feel like in that regard,
I like
to see that in Spider-Man No Way Home. But but I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that No Way Home is a better film. The story is, but I'm not going to say that either. I'm saying the story for the Batman is better, the acting is better, the directing is better, the cinematography better. It's better overall. It's a better film than No Way Home. It
is. That's clear. Where there's no, I don't think there's like I only think certain delusional people on other channels will say that, but I'm not calling out names. But my point here is like, I think there's sufficient action in the Batman, right? Like whether it's actually cool action. That doesn't really matter. But I do respect what you're saying here because I wish more MCU fans would just say
that's
this.
Acting,
Look, we just like fucking action shit. And that's
I don't just like action shit.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like
that's why it's getting the big box office, the big thing, because it's unoffensive, like in terms of what
And it appeals the mass appeal to it.
So it has a mass appeal to it, and it's like heavy action. Because I'm sorry, like you disagree with me. I know you disagree with me on a lot of these things. I don't think, like, for instance, outside of Iron Man, there's a solo film in the MCU's catalog that's better than Shazam. I don't. I think Shazam eats all of them alike.
I don't think
shout out Shazam, shout out Dark.
I like Shazam because like that's not a movie that I would have typically thought of just enjoying, but I feel like the rewatch value for that movie is there. Most definitely.
Like, I can't get on board with Shazam, and that's my thing. I don't like it. It's not a film that I enjoy. I find it, to be, quite bad. I'm not gonna get into it.
But when I think about this whole discussion between like DC and Marvel, and it's like with certain Marvel movies, it just, I feel like certain people, I'm not talking for everybody because everybody just likes what they like, you know what I'm saying? But I think some people, when you look at a movie like The Batman, I feel like it's not your typical superhero film that you're used to getting. Like with Marvel movies, it's always like, bright colors, shitty jokes here and there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just different levels to the shit. I think some people just like to go into certain things that they could just turn their brain off. They don't have to think. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of a problem because I don't think you should always turn your brain off because that's a whole nother thing. But
right.
But it's like the same thing compared to like if I make another example, like music. Some people like lyrical more music with lyrics and stuff, and some people just, they don't want to hear all that shit. Sometimes they just want some things to kick back and just chill out and hang out with their friends, socialize and stuff like that, and talk about so I think I just think that Marvel needs to kind of look at the Batman, or just kind of analyze that and just.
No, I think Marvel should stick to their lane. MCU.
Yeah. But
I just don't want everyone else going, because the MCU does it this way, then everyone else has to do it that way.
But I mean, they're kind of already doing that with their DCEU, because like they have different.
They haven't been. Wonder Woman, Shazam, Zack Snyder's
Wonder Woman 1984
They all feel different to what the MCU puts out, in my opinion.
I'm talking about with the jokey joke and some of that stuff that they're trying to do that stuff. And the lightening up a lot of it, they're doing that in the DCU.
What are you talking about? Which one?
Marvel.
I mean, Aquaman is
Aquaman has
light.
the visuals and the action.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about the humor and the lightness and the airiness of the stories. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
when
it
comes
fits
to being
Aquaman.
similar
That's what I'm saying. It fits Aquaman to go down that route. So I don't see that as
okay. And it fit Wonder Woman 1984. What about Barbie Wonder Woman?
Oh, Wonder Woman 1984 is just bullshit. I don't know what that was. I don't even think that's like. If you think that's like the MCU, then
I don't think that's like the MCU. I think that's them trying to make it be more appealing. And make her character seem more glamorous.
I look at Wonder Woman
in the sense like that.
I see what they were trying to do with like Wonder Woman 84. Appeal. I feel like with Wonder Woman 84, they try to capture that old like 80s feel, but it didn't obviously didn't resonate with everybody. Because I saw that, I was like, all right, they want to kind of just make this cheesy and make it feel like those old like action movies. Like 80s movies and stuff. But like a lot of people didn't like that movie. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I get it.
I got a question from Shimazu. I'm not sure if y'all answered it there when I stepped away, but he said, question, what film is better, Black Panther or the
Black
Batman?
Panther?
The Batman. The fuck?
The Batman.
I love Black Panther. It's like top 5 MCU for me. I don't know how people call that movie overrated.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think the Batman is a good film,
has better looking,
but like I think that we're capping because that third act is weak. The movie is a good movie. It's a
It's
what
third act. The Batman
okay?
started in the Black Panther
But
third act.
the film went on way longer than it should have went on. Okay, things that just seemed like to come out of left field all of a sudden happened, and to me it didn't make sense.
Have you only seen the movie once?
That's all I needed to see it. I'm seeing.
Have you seen it once? Right. Watch that movie when you watch it again, because I guarantee I thought the same fucking way about the movie the first time I saw it. Second time I saw it, I was like, that fucking third act's epic, dude. That third act.
Yeah, I like the third act because it makes sense.
I think I just don't like the added on stuff. The only thing, the Riddler army and all of that.
But that wasn't added on. That was part. He was already saying.
I'm not saying that it was added on. I'm just saying like
no, but you're saying like
where
it came
I felt
out of nowhere. It did not come out of nowhere.
I'm just saying it didn't feel like it fit the film. It didn't fit the tone. Is what I mean. It didn't. It doesn't fit
the tone, man. Completely. Oh, so you're saying a dark film like the Batman, it doesn't fit the tone to have like mass shooters. Like that's a risk.
I'm just saying the way that it was going.
Considering how personal that is in America, that's a fucking risk to go. Oh, the villain is going to do something where he gets people to become like do a mass shooting.
He was trying to stamp out corruption, and then all of a sudden he wants to flood the city. To me, it just seems like it doesn't seem.
No, you missed the point. I think a lot of people missed the point with that. A lot of people missed the point because that's where Batman fucked up at. Because while he's sitting there doing all these riddles, the Riddler already has that whole plan. His plan to flood the city. That's what he completely missed. Like he didn't see that coming. So while he's distracted doing this stuff, like Riddler and his people is doing that.
But it's just.
But it's also that the Riddler wasn't doing it to stamp out corruption. That's not what he was.
I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't.
It was a personal vendetta, like against those kind of guys because of where he grew up and how they had used this renewal fund. Essentially, that was supposed to help
and he was trying to expose them and stamp them out because they were corrupt. That's what I was saying.
But that was personal against them. But in the end, he was just an angry fucking guy who wanted to unleash his vengeance on society. He didn't care really about fucking corruption too tough. That was just like, his excuse to aggrandize himself.
Like, to I don't think about like I'm just angry and I don't really have a reason why I was really doing any of this.
Look,
he does have a reason.
Just for you, I watched No Way Home 2 times.
To add all that other stuff in.
Ashley, I watched No Way Home 2 times for you. In no way on this planet would I ever take myself and send myself to No Way Home a second time. That was torture. I want you to sit through Batman one more time for me.
I'm gonna watch it again. I like the movie, but like I can't say anything negative about it.
It gets better.
I only did that shit because for you, Ashley.
I'm just saying, like people are capping and acting like this is the greatest Batman movie of all time. I think Robert Pattinson gives the best Batman performance I've ever seen, which I've said that and I stand by that. But I do not think that this film is like great and amazing as everybody is making it out to be. And that's all I'm trying to say here. It's not a freaking masterpiece.
It is as amazing as everyone's. Again, rewatch.
No,
people are too quick. People are too quick to make judgments. I was quick to make a judgment.
And people are quick to like call it a masterpiece.
And I'm saying you need to give certain films that have layers like that. You have to give it another chance. First time I watched American
Psycho, I'm going to watch it again.
I was like, what's this bullshit at the end where he's just like, it was all a fantasy of his and he doesn't get caught. I thought that was the weakest ending ever. Second time I watched it, absolutely got it. Okay. Now I see the deep layer of what this movie's trying to say here. Right? So there's certain movies that you just, I'm telling you, I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised if you rewatch it.
I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to rewatch it.
And don't watch it in the movies. Pay that money. Go to the cinema and watch that.
Watch it again. You can't trust these MCU fans. I at least love. I watched No Way Home and I didn't hate watch it. I loved it. I love that.
I saw The Lost City too.
Oh
my god, I never watched that movie. You don't watch that movie.
Wait, the movie Sandra Bullock?
No, I
How was
didn't.
Brad Pitt in it? How was Brad Pitt? Was he good?
He was the best part of the whole movie.
I figured.
Killmonger is better than every villain in the Batman. You capping, bruh.
Wait. So I was
I think
Channing
Black.
Tatum.
I think I'm
good or was he
Black,
like trash?
He had like one good moment where I chuckled, but like it just.
I mean, but did you do
like
like any cool like action stuff? It doesn't look like he
it
does
was
that in the
just
movie.
like it wasn't really like funny like it should have been to make me care enough about this movie.
What?
You know,
Funny?
Lost City.
What, the Batman? Oh, Lost City.
Lost
Okay,
City.
right.
It's so yeah, but you know
Yeah, I'm
people
with you,
like
Arkham.
it. I
I just went for
guess.
tickets, bro.
But
What is the Lost City? What is that film? I haven't
Sandra
even
Bullock
heard of it.
and Channing Tatum.
Brad Pitt.
Oh, right.
They put Brad Pitt
didn't even know
in there.
that.
I was like, this might be worth.
Brad
a watch.
Pitt's in the movie. Not, you know, he doesn't have a very big part, but he's like the best part of the whole movie.
Yo,
It's like-
Ashley, Nerdman, chill. Oh, continue, Ashley. I got something to
That's
say.
it.
Continue. So
I'm just saying, like,
I'm
no
not sure if I
rush to see
told
it.
y'all, but I seen 12 Years a Slave. Shit was crazy.
That shit was that was really good movie. Really,
Really,
fucking
I like that. Like that ending, man. It didn't make me tear up about he's hugging his family and shit. Come back,
That
he
movie
tells
right there.
his family.
That's the last slave movie I want to see. Let's make something else.
Have
I don't think no future slave movie comes out can top that. That's like that
We
ending.
don't
is
need
too
another
powerful.
one after that movie.
That ending
We really
too fire. I was like, damn.
No, but you think it's good though, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it was
love the
good.
movie.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
don't want- we
Amistad
don't
is
need
good
another
as
one.
well, but it's like that was more white savior bullshit. But
It was good,
Amistad
though.
was
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, it's at the end that he never truly got justice. Like the guys got off with what they did, so he never got no justice. But
You
I'll be
gotta read
real.
this
He should
book.
never trust him with two white motherfuckers. Like, you like, hey, come. Was it like a not a carnival thing they was trying to do? It was like,
Yeah.
we need some, and they was like blatantly like disrespecting this fool in front of them. They was like, we want a, I think call him a monkey or something. They said some disrespectful shit to him. And he was
No,
like,
no, they didn't call him a monkey, but I know what
they
you're talking
said some
about.
disrespectful shit.
Yeah,
to
they
him.
were, but I mean that was also. I mean that was probably quite.
I'm
I
someone
mean,
who
yeah,
never
it was
watched
probably.
it. Do you
it was
guys
probably,
think
but
I
don't
should
think
watch?
it probably in the north like
What?
that.
Have you not seen 12 Years a Slave?
No, I know Lupita
Oh,
Nyong'o
it's-
is in that one, right?
It's a
really good.
masterpiece. It's
But
not
do I
a really
want to
good.
watch
It's a
it though? Do I really need that
masterpiece.
image in my head? Like, is there a lesson I'm going to learn that I don't already know? That I
A true
that I can
story of a
compare myself
man.
to?
You're gonna
don't
learn
trust-
a
don't be
man.
too
Okay,
trusting.
what you're gonna learn is a real man's story who was a free man and what happens to him.
But I don't
If
want to
you-
see the images
But
of
if
what.
you don't want to see that, then
Yeah.
it's not worth it for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know that's for
It's-
me
it's-
what I again, funnily enough, 12 Years a Slave was a movie that I thought was highly overrated the first time I saw it. I don't know what drugs I was on at the time when I first saw it, and I thought like this movie wasn't good. I must have been fucking tripping or something. But my complaint about it was like, what did I learn about slavery? Because I know slavery is bad, right? Like so.
Yeah.
For me, if you're going to do a movie about that kind of stuff, I want to learn something new. I want a new angle in on it that is going to give me a new appreciation of what happened during that time. And I thought maybe that was my main criticism of it. But going back and seeing it, it's hard to say what you learn. I think if anything, you learn
Hey, don't be too
the
trusting
kind of
of any- that's a lesson.
systematic.
Don't be
You
too
learn
trusting.
the systematic nature of this kind of institution and how it can turn people who ordinarily think of themselves and perceive of themselves as good to do the most despicable and evil things, and that comes a lot from what's his name's character, Cumberbatch's character.
Yeah.
That was one of my
Yeah.
favorite performance, like between him and Cheerful, their relationship was for
Cumberbatch's
me
character was
the
so
most
whack. I was
interesting.
like, he was like, I can protect you from him. Paul Dano, man, get out of here.
Who?
You ain't scared no Paul Dano.
That
No, Paul Dana was good though. Paul Dana was good.
But the reason he couldn't keep him because he feared he couldn't protect him. Like,
but anyway, yeah.
So I was like, right, it's a good little, funny little punk, man.
But that was the most different angle I saw into it. I mean, I already knew that, but like, I thought that was interesting the way they depicted that, like the how this institution just it corrupts all souls involved. Every soul, every individual involved in it is corrupted by it. And people who ordinarily, like Cumberbatch's character, if he was born like 50 years later, might have been a liberal, progressive guy, right? But because he's trapped in this,
I don't know, because he was okay with seeing the mother get torn apart from her kids.
I agree.
He probably couldn't do nothing, but he didn't say nothing. He just
right, but that's what I'm saying.
Like, nothing I could have done. It's like, bro, you white. You could have said a lot and done something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Black person was there saying, "Don't tear them apart because they were slaves." But
that it's so normalized. That kind of cruelty was so normalized in that society that even people who ordinarily, as I said, might be decent people, are just do the most evil, atrocious things because it's just.
But even from the film, I felt even he was disgusted by it. The problem is he wouldn't go against the norm and really speak out about it. He would go against the norm.
He was a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not.
But he was the nicest piece of shit, though, at all of them, which is not saying anything. He was considered the good guy, the good one. Isn't that horrible?
He was, and this is my thing. I think he was one of those closet people that wanted to do some good, but he was just afraid of opinion. Because if he wanted to really make a difference or say something, he would have said something about that slave owner trying to separate that woman from her two children. If he said something like, no, like, don't separate them or something, like, all that, like,
Diddy claims that Will Smith and Chris Rock have settled their feud. That's over. I can confirm that it's all love. They're brothers. Wow.
Crazy.
Did he done set him down? Did he set him down or something?
This was tweeted just now. Yeah, 12:02.
There you go. Chris Rock being the bigger man.
Maybe they didn't settle down. Maybe they just agreed for the sake of agreeing and public perception. This is over. You can stop talking about it. We'll just say that we have resolved our issues and we'll not talk to each other. Or maybe it's completely fake.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be buddy, but they
just
just keep it pushing.
Oh, read what Comic Boom just wrote. Women around the world love the chivalry displayed by Will Smith, notwithstanding it was clearly an assault. You see, that's what I mean.
I mean, yeah, it's an assault, not
Ashley doesn't think of that.
Yeah, like all women. I mean, some women, some women are like, "Why'd he do it?" And some women are like, "Yeah,
I think to say all women around, no, we're not dumb. Okay, we can handle situations and people running their mouths to us too. Like, we don't need some dude to be like, dun dun dun.
It's not that you need it. It's just that it is more appropriate.
But they don't need to do
I
it.
view it.
No, it's not appropriate.
It's more appropriate for the man to do the.
Because you're taking my voice away from me. I don't need you to speak for me. I speak for me.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, but like, if someone blatantly disrespects,
I'm saying,
you, like,
but I can defend myself. But I can blatantly defend myself as well.
Can you ever see a scenario where you would prefer him, the man, to do it for you?
If a guy is physically putting their hands on me, then yes. Or in my face, very aggressively yelling in my face, step in. But if you said some shit, I can say some shit too.
You better come there barking like a dog too, going for Ashley. You better.
Like, but if they're aggressively in my face or something like that, then like no, like you can chill on that. I'm good.
Ashley, look, when Ashley needs you to step in, you better come barking. You better be going like, bark like that.
What?
Fierce.
And all you need to do is be like, look, we about to go up. We about to get up out of here, and
we're gonna end this video. Don't do drugs.
And do you think Will Smith even deserved the award? I've only seen.
Yeah, King Richard was fired.
Yeah,
I've
I
only
do
seen
think he
King
did.
Richard though.
King Richard was amazing.
He just
I would like to see
shit on his
Macbeth.
freaking Oscar, but sure, yeah, he deserved it.
I would like to see Macbeth though, because I imagine like that's
was
going to
really
be an
good.
amazing performance. Oh, you saw it already?
Yes, it's really good.
Oh man, I have to see that. And then what was the other one I need to see?
Says Diddy always.
Because none of them really feel like
I've
my
seen
kind
Being
of
the
movie this
Ricardos.
year.
I've seen Being the Ricardos. I mean, like
good?
the acting performances are strong, but it's not that great of a film.
The MC wishes it did.
You know, the performances are good, but it's not good. It's not that good. I haven't seen Coda.
Yeah, what's Coda about? That sounds.
That's about That's about like children, like adults who are deaf, and they have children. You like hearing children. That's what it's about. It's about a deaf family. Yeah.
And it's played by deaf people, right? Like they're actually acting.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah. And then yeah. What else is on? I haven't seen Parallel Daughters. That's a foreign language film. That's that's the.
Oh, there's the Japanese one as well that my girlfriend's gonna watch.
Drive My Car?
Yeah, she's gonna go and watch that today. Actually. Oh, you saw it? Was it good?
HBO Max. It's on HBO Max.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good movie. You should see it. You want to see it?
It's just I don't know. Every Oscar movie I've read this year, I've just been I read like the description of it, and it just has no interest. I just don't. It doesn't capture me like, oh, I really need to. The Tammy Faye one did, and the Macbeth
That's good.
one does.
The Tammy Faye is good. I've seen Tammy Faye. The eyes for watching Tammy Faye. That's really, really good. I like that.
I feel so left out. I wanted to see all these movies.
I've seen that. I've seen. Okay, yeah, so I've seen that. I've seen King Richard. I've seen The Tragedy of Macbeth. I've seen Drive My Car. I haven't seen Lost Daughters or Coda or I didn't watch House of Gucci because I did not want to. I don't think I can watch Belfast.
I don't think I can either.
Virtual awards coming this year.
I might. Well, I'm gonna watch Coda for sure at some point, and maybe The Lost Daughters. But I know for a fact I'm not watching Belfast. Like, I just like every time everything I've seen is just.
It looks like it's going to be a good movie, but I can never get myself in the mood to watch that type of British. There's a type of British movie I can never get myself in the mood to do it. I don't know what it is. Like,
Nerdman does not like them. These Americans coming here with their fake ass British accents and shit.
Really? There's an American in Belfast? There's an American in Belfast? I don't think there is. I think it's all British actors.
Oh.
But in any case, I mean,
we don't like your own British. We don't like you messing your own British.
I love British movies, but like for me, there has to be an angle into a movie for me to just want to like sit down and watch it. Like there's got to be something that intrigues me. It could be a political thing. It could be, or what like I like thrillers. Like stuff like that, true crime stuff. Anything to do with that kind of shit like kind of perks my interest. But when it's just like, I don't know, like the story of a working class family in fucking Leeds, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't.
During the war?
It doesn't grab me. Maybe if it was during the war, I'd be interested.
I think it is during the war.
Is it? The Belfast?
I think so. But I think visually it looks great. Like, I like the way it looks, the cinematography and all of that. But I just don't know.
Or if it's a comedy about that, I
have a hard time getting through it.
Yeah.
I have to be in a certain kind of mood. I can probably watch it, but it's like one of those.
Let's watch it together.
Days. Let's do that. Let's watch it.
Let's watch Belfast together. Because I imagine I'm going to like it if I sit down and watch it, but it's just going to take me somebody to just go, just fucking...
Yeah, we'll watch it. We'll watch Belfast. There it is. There it is, coming to a stream near you.
Yeah, let's watch Belfast.
Nerdman and the Widow. Watch Belfast.
Never miss it. Murdoch said,
That's
"Might have to
right.
get Apple TV.
You
I've
should
seen a
watch
lot of
all the
content
movies.
that intrigues me."
I'm watching Tammy Faye now. I'm just I
It's
fell
good.
asleep. Not because it was
You like
boring,
what
just
you've
because I was
seen? You
tired.
like what you've seen so far, though?
Yeah. It was good.
Andrew Garfield is good too. In the film too. He doesn't
He's always
have a
good.
lot to do, but he does.
Yes, he is always good.
Yeah.
He is always good, apart from in Spider-Man No Way Home, where he got cut by fucking.
It's part from
Tom
his
Holland.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. He was good, but
He was good in that. He was good in
His
that.
Peter Parker's
I wanted him
okay.
to. Do
I don't
you
like his
agree
Peter
that
Parker.
he wasn't that Peter Parker though? In No Way Home, he was a completely different other. He was Andrew Garfield doing an American accent. He wasn't the Peter Parker.
He
that
wasn't like
established.
angsty Peter Parker, and like he was a little bit, even though he had been through like a horrible experience and blamed himself for the death of Gwen. And yeah, he didn't like have like a personal life. He still was a lot more like animated and just
do you know what took me out of the
willing
movie as well? Yeah, go on.
to be around others, basically. You know, he was fun. You know, his Peter Parker was very gloom and doom.
Yeah, but he always used to do that like strange staccato speech pattern that I like when he was Peter Parker in the other movies.
Yeah,
like
back.
and they didn't write that into his character. He wasn't doing that, so I was just like, this is just like they haven't even bothered to try and make these Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, they changed
like,
the
characters from there. But can I say
Jamie
one
Foxx
bit
is
that took me
completely
out
a
of the
whole
movie?
different Electro.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. You don't want that Electro back. That one I can
That is
forgive.
true, but I'm just saying.
But I was going to say that I would have been impressed if they somehow brought that Electro back and made it work, though. That would have been actually quite funny. But one thing that took me out of the movie was like, why is it when they're talking about their Uncle Ben characters that she's talking about Aunt May, Toby's talking about Uncle Ben, and then Andrew just brings up Gwen Stacy and he doesn't bring up Uncle Ben.
It is weird. But I thought that the reason why, but he felt, he was kind of at fault in both situations slightly with both their deaths, so you would think. But I guess where they didn't want to sound redundant and bring up Uncle Ben again. Because like Toby brings him up, like in that moment. I'm just saying,
at the end of the movie,
not a
he was
natural.
Save
It's
Zendaya. So
not
it was
the
like
natural.
good to remind us of Gwen.
Yeah, I get it's not a natural flow.
That's why.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go on.
I'm saying I get it's not. It doesn't feel like a natural dialogue back and forth because it seems like he would bring up, but in the context of film, they'll be like, oh well, we've established this here. So, and we know that this is coming down the line and he feels guilty because he, snapped her neck, trying to save her, that he's going to go to Gwen in that moment. So I think that's the thought.
But why would he go to Gwen when they're talking about Uncle Ben? Even you must have known, like when
they were saying I lost someone. Oh, I thought that yeah.
He could have said both. He could have said, I lost my Uncle Ben and Gwen Stacy. Like, I know, like, it would have been a little bit harder to put in dialogue, but they could have made that effort because I know how much losing Uncle Ben meant to him. It was clearly established in that movie. And I get that they want to remind the audience because they want it to pay off with the scene with MJ at the end. But come on, man, you have to you can't get people just saying stuff that's unnatural that takes you out of the movie because you just, you have to be a little bit more nuanced, when you're writing this shit. I think I don't know. That's just me. I thought that bit was because it messed up my emotional engagement with that scene.
I feel like we talked about this at one point. I think Dot brought it up. Weren't you the one that brought it up? Why he didn't bring up his Uncle Ben? It was some point, like right after we watched the movie.
I didn't bring that up.
About it. And like that they had an issue. Why didn't he? No, because that was why didn't he? Talk about his Uncle Ben because that's what they're basically talking about in that moment. So yeah, I agree. It seems like he should have said something there, but I understand why they didn't do it. But I understand
Like,
the natural flow, but it doesn't feel like a natural conversation. I get that too.
I mean, it's not like Gwen Stacy was the person who said, "With great power comes great responsibility" to Andrew.
Yeah.
Like, if that was the case, then it would have made sense. Yeah, but his uncle kind of said that to him. Like
he did.
in a different way.
Yeah, he does.
So again, it would only make sense that would have triggered a memory of Uncle Ben, not Gwen Stacy. But anyway, it's a minor quibble.
His uncles narrated it.
Chillmonger, what were you gonna say?
That's right. I was gonna say exactly what K-Dot was saying.
Oh yeah.
The line isn't even delivered.
Narrated it.
Read the comics.
But he's talking about in the movie. He's talking about in the movies.
Well, what you just said, they didn't want to be redundant. They wanted to stack up on the tragedy.
Should have said it. They should have put a narrator in the movie. Should have been John Watson. Should have said it. Should have narrated it. Great power.
That would be the only scene narrated in the whole movie.
That would be weird. Or just the text appear on screen. No, we don't want that.
Hey, it'll be comic accurate.
Okay.
I would have liked that. I would have liked that Toby had like a voiceover and everyone's like, what the fuck did that come from? And it's like, yeah, that's just a thing. Don't you have that in your world? Like, I would have loved that. You know, because Toby's got the voiceover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we closing the stream?
You don't think that would have been tight? I thought that would have been tight.
I think this is where we ended.
Yeah, I'm Chillmonger. Watched 33 burning Star Wars questions. Last week, Attack on Titan questions.
It's called taking a risk.
And I am
something the MCU would never do. Anyway,
Eternals. Something the MCU wouldn't do. The MCU doesn't know how to take risks.
I won't do my outro. It's okay.
WandaVision was a risk.
You know what? The MCU,
and it paid off.
I don't want to say this about the MCU because this is what people think about the MCU.
A lot of people care. That's the problem, and you're one of them. But anyway, I'm the Widow. Tomorrow, right here on SSJK. Sanctum, I will be back with my girl Rhea on the takeover, and we will be taking it over, right? We'll have a few guests, we'll have a few topics, and we'll get right into it. So that's tomorrow. It'll be fun.
Might pop up, guys. I don't know. It depends. I'll be watching.
And then I've got a video coming out, maybe about the Lost City, maybe about something else. You know, that's it.
Yep.
Nerdman, any last thing you want to promote?
I'm Nerdman, and I think I'm going to be ranking serial killer movies next. And also we'll be talking, of course, about the Will Smith slap on my channel, and doing a DC celebration. DC at the Oscars. DC at the Oscars, baby.
You're doing a stream called the DC Celebration.
DC at the Oscars, baby. It's gonna be, we're humble type DC fans. We don't, like hype.
But you're doing something called DC Celebration, but you're humble.
Some people, but we're humble, so it's not going to be big spectacle or anything like that, but it's going to be exciting, a place for DC fans to just congratulate ourselves and just feel good, feel proud of our accomplishments.
Feel accomplished, baby. Feel proud of our work.
But you're humble.
Yeah, it's hard being humble when you're this good. You know what I'm saying?
Bring that energy to your rap, please.
Yeah. And I'll be hosting a MCU celebration because the Batman did not make $1 billion, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for that very, very soon.
Wow, that's toxic.
Wow, that's toxic.
Celebration to celebrate all celebrations.
That's toxic, right?
I hope that screen gets taken down when you do it. I'll make sure to censor.
Dot will be there to give his,
Wow.
I'm about to report that stream if you put it up. Go ahead, put it out. I'll report that
speech, conceding, as well as Nerdman. So you want to check that out. Check out your local listings. It's coming very, very soon.
I hope
China will be wearing his banana shirt. So we can talk about it.
Unbelievable. See how toxic
on
they
the
are?
way to $1 billion.
Do you see how we never do anything to
the fall of Nerdman, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be called the fall of Nerdman.
Wow. Well, you guys, we hit the 2-hour mark.
As well.
Nerdman's Rising. I'm about to go watch some Teen Wolf. Season 1 was a banger. I'm on season 2. Catch you guys later. Shouts out Ashley. Shouts out Nerdman. Shouts out Chill. We're about to bounce up out of here.
Jersey.
Bye.
Deuces. MCU's trash.
MCU's amazing.